مانداغالات عفوا مانداغولاتور، وهو الرئيس التنفيذي في شركة مارمور مينا انتليجنس. أهلا وسهلا فيك معنا راجو، شكرا جزيلا حضورك. الذهب يمكن كان هلا نحن لما بنحكي على توقعات من قبل المحللين، التوقعات المستقبلية عامة، ما المحللين كثير بيصيبوا، كثير أكثر منهم ما بيصيبوا. على الذهب تحديدا كثير منهم ما صابوا فعليا من 2022. لم تكن التوقعات أن يسجل الذهب بالمستويات التي سجلها بنهاية العام. ما هي آفاق الذهب الآن ل 2023، ولماذا كان أداؤه أفضل من توقعات المحللين في العام الذي سبق؟
Assalamu alaikum and Happy New Year. Thank you for having me on the show. Gold is always a very interesting commodity for discussion because it never lends itself to a very nice forecast. Analysts have repeatedly gone wrong on gold. Gold has two dimensions. One is the economic factors that affect gold, and secondly the geopolitical factors. So if you look at the economic factors, historically gold has always been considered as a inflation hedge. But in 2022 we had one of the nastiest inflation episodes, but gold stayed flat. That's because gold was affected by the dollar strength. In the past, when inflation surged, gold also increased because the dollar stayed stable. But you know what happened to dollar in 2022 when dollar strengthened significantly, and that kept gold on the sidelines. So that's the economic story. So moving to the 2023, obviously inflation continues to be a worry, but if a dollar starts depreciating in 2023, then you might see some sort of an upsurge in gold. The second part of the answer is on the geopolitics, and gold has always proven to be the best bet when geopolitical fears are at its highest. Of course, we saw the Russia-Ukraine war in 2022, but this did not, for a brief period it spiked the price of the gold, but after that gold again settled back. That's because the war did not spill too much out of control. But stepping into 2023, if we think that there could be more hotspots of geopolitical tensions, then obviously the best place to go and hide is gold, and definitely we can see a surge in the gold. Except for these two conditions, I expect gold to remain flat in 2023.
على السلع الأوسع، يعني بالنسبة لعودة الفتح في الصين تحديدا، ماذا يعني ذلك بالنسبة لأداء السلع في هذا العام الجديد؟
Yeah, commodities can be, I mean, it's a huge spectrum. It's very, there are so many commodities, including food, energy, metals. So different commodities get affected differently by the demand-supply equilibrium. For example, oil, we all know that the call is between $80 to $100 for 2023. That's because both the demand and supply fears are seen to be well balanced at the moment. I think in terms of commodities, food prices have already come down significantly. So there is a possibility that food prices might jump up a little bit on the back of Chinese opening. But more importantly, metals and cereals and other commodities, especially those that are used for automobiles and electric vehicles, I think can see a sharp rebound after Chinese opening up. I think Chinese opening up is a very big positive factor for commodity price outlook in general for 2023. But as I said, again, within the basket of commodities, we must look at oil separately versus non-oil. The call on oil can be a very different ballgame compared to other commodities that we are seeing. But in general, I feel commodities will be inflationary in 2023 on the back of the biggest market, which is China, coming back, in terms of its opening up.
هذا بالنسبة لأثر إعادة فتح الصين إذن على أسواق السلع. لأي درجة أيضا إعادة فتح الصين سيكون له أثر على التحسن بسلاسل التوريد تحديدا، وبالتالي الضغوط أي ضغوط تضخمية إضافية من هذه الناحية؟
To my knowledge, supply chain is already eased out a lot during 2022. So when China comes back to the market, obviously the supply chain will definitely get even more normal, because China is a very big player in the supply chain spectrum for the global trade, actually. So supply chain is not an issue anymore. What is an issue is demand, and that demand is going to come back big time after Chinese reopening. I think that's a very important factor. But on the negative side, we have the recessionary threat from US, Europe and Japan, which are the biggest contributors for economic growth.
ماندا غولاتور، شكرا جزيلا لحضورك معي هذا الصباح.